I think we're live, guys. Sorry about that. That caught us off guard. Went for our producer Q and he pushed the wrong button. Welcome back to Week 7, Game 4 of the ANZ HotS. I'm your Wish, joined by Knight. We've had some good games so far. Coming into Game 4, we're going to Dragonshire. Are we excited, Knight?
Oh, definitely. It's been a great night. We've had an interesting first round. The second one was just a great Class 8 game. The previous one, long one, I liked it. We saw Wheeler score for this, still faltering a little bit in the early game, but then they came back and came back really strong. Just a faulty defense in the last few seconds, but nonetheless, a really good one to watch. And now we're entering into what will probably be another good matchup. Both teams equally skilled, so probably longer than just simply a 5-minute ruffle stomp. And it is between two teams that are, well, kind of not up there on the top of the leaderboard, but nonetheless can cause upsets. So that's probably going to be seeing some interesting picks and whatnot. And on Dragonshire, no less, I like it.
Yeah, so we've got Spectre versus Raynor here. So, teams we've seen for the last couple of seasons of Open Division. It's good to see we talk about the development of the scene as a whole. But some of these teams have been around. They've been getting better and better every season. Hopefully, they continue to play. Spectre's shown a lot of they haven't been in the whole 6-7 weeks this season, but they've shown a lot of improvement, and it's really, really good to see. So, Dragonshire, it's probably one of the when talking to some of the pros, not that I personally talked to some of the pros from the international scene, but Dragonshire is one of their preferred maps. It's a very typical 3-lane map. What do you like to see here, Knight?
Well, unless she doesn't get banned, Urel, I like her. She's a great hero, but she's very strong on this map, very easily able to stay on point and just not let that be taken by anybody. ATC being banned is interesting. Malthael being banned, maybe to not counter Urel, because we mentioned how Malthael is a counter source Urel, but nevertheless, she gets banned up. They're onto us. You wish they know our strategies.
And going straight into the Raynor, I was going to say with the Malthael and then the Urel band, I wouldn't mind seeing something like a Blaze. His ability to hold the point, Dragonshire is really good when you're not having to worry about a Urel. So it'll be interesting to see, but you're Raynor here, just going straight into that Raynor. Something we haven't seen a lot of so far tonight.
And speaking of not seeing a lot of, we have not seen a lot of Cassia, and now she's being picked up by Spectre. And that's good. Like, her blind can deny Jimmy's damage. She's a very auto-attack focused damage dealer. But she also has to be up and close and personal into the team fight, so that can be quite dangerous. And you're seeing it, the Haka and Li Ming being picked up by Raynor here to at least deal with that, have that range, and also CC come in with that drag.
Yeah, that Cassia is really going to have to watch when that Dahaka wants to rotate in with his burrow. If he can get into that backline, if he can get that drag onto that Cassia, that's going to put her into a world of hurt. She has her armor as a trait, which can be handy, but when she doesn't get that, she's pretty squishy.
If Raynor here are smart with the bans, they could ban up Blaze. At least Sonya, one of those two solo laners, and really force it down to a specific pick. I would prefer the ban on Blaze. Bunker is still a very solid counter initiative tool, a defensive tool. But instead they're going for the Malfurion, who, after the nerf he received, hasn't really been that highly considered. Still strong support nonetheless. But over other bans, it's okay, but you could kind of vie away from it. And now it's up to what does Spectre pick up for themselves. They're going to get the Rhaegar and a Kael'thas as well.
Yeah, it's interesting with the Malfurion band. Like you said, I mean, we saw him, and that's a Stitches and an Uther, which I want to just completely pass over on the Malfurion now. But we saw the Malfurion, that Twilight Dreams was still pretty impactful. We saw in that last game. So definitely a valid pick. But a Stitches Uther, now that is a little bit old school. That hook into that judgment, into that stun to lock them down. That's pretty crazy. This is interesting. This got very interesting very quickly, Knight.
Be hooked, be stunned, be dragged away. That's all she wrote, and that's going to be the style of play that Raynor here are going to go for. Very pick kill orientated works. I mean, if you really think about it, Cassia has to be up and close and personal. Rhaegar, up close personal. So does Muradin and Blaze. So Uther, if he really wants to, could go for the Divine Storm and just stun lock everybody. The only person that would not be in range would be Kael'thas. But if Rhinoceros can get the hook onto Kael'thas and then they just blow him up, whew, that's going to be a really interesting fight going afterwards and to see where they go. And then it comes down to, will Rhaegar force himself to be in a very dangerous position just to get the heal?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting. You know, they've got that solid front line. That's what we have to take into account with Spectre, with that Muradin, with that Blaze. If they can get in between, in front of those hooks, they're going to be a lot more safe. Then, you know, it's a really solid front line to protect their back line. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can pull it off. And we're going to go into this game. And then, there we go. And who we got playing on the red side, no?
So on the red side, we've got ourselves a UA Raynor here. We've got the fish on Raynor himself, good old Jimmy, Rhinoceros on the Stitches, Raz with the Li Ming, Andromeda on Uther, and finally Claymore. We'll be playing the Dahaka. Meanwhile, on the blue side, who do we have there, you wish?
We've got VK on that Blaze, Spy on the Kael'thas, Don't Mind Me on the Rhaegar. I love that name, that's fantastic. Gummy on the Cassia, and Spudley05 on that Muradin.
Don't mind me, I'm just going to come in and slap your face and take a few kills. Why not? Rhaegar can definitely do that. And he's already forcing Totem getting into slow, but Rhinoceros damage on Cassia. And it comes down to positioning. If Jimmy gets caught out of position or Cassia gets caught out of position, then they'll get blown up. They don't have that kind of mobility that you see in the likes of, let's say, Li Ming. She can blink. Or even Kael'thas, if he gets caught out of position. They don't have that kind of mitigation or abilities like a Tracer's Blink, a Genji's Jump, or even a Phoenix Walk. And so really position is all going to be important, and especially when you're versing Stitches. Likewise, he already gets the hook on towards the Cassia, gets a stun, he's already down to half health, and they're forced to back away Jimmy, doing quite a bit of damage. And that's UA Raynor here with the first hook, Rhinoceros cementing his place in the game.
Yeah, you know, he's a big, hungry hero. You want to get in that front line. He's a big person to get through. And if you can land those hooks, you know, it's going to make Spectre have to question their positioning throughout the game. And it's a good start from Rhinoceros.
Going towards the first Shrine phase, you're already seeing Spectre picking up themselves a siege camp. It's smart. You're going to apply that pressure down into that bottom lane. And one thing I love about this map, and we're also going to be careful, is that Kael'thas, nice down towards Raz, but he's down to below half health. Will not get stunned by Andromeda. But something we've got to pay attention towards Merc camps. You've got the double siege as well as the night camps that can just outright push bottom lane. And that's something teams can do as like an emergency Hail Mary play with since there's no boss on this map apart from that dragon map.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we usually see a lot of focus on that bottom lane, like you said, with that ability to camp. Get all of those camps. UA Raynor here getting an early ability to get the channel. I don't think Spectre's going to probably give up the Dragon Knight just yet, but UA Raynor is showing, you know, just that dominance, doing really well. Going into that middle now, using Claymore with that on that Dahaka, using that global to try and push and get this channel.
It's a bit hard when you got someone like Kael'thas who can just simply drop down the Flame Strike on point, prevent anybody from being able to get the channel off and secure the Dragon Knight. Now it's up to your Raynor here. They have to be careful as they're both shrines. Switch over to the focus of Spectre, but a great interrupt down into that bottom lane by Stitches. They get themselves that shrine. And back in top lane, just a little typical bruiser on bruiser action. Nothing really different there. And we're back to just simply going Merc camps and laning.
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, UA Raynor here, but choosing to... That's a beautiful hook from Rhinoceros. She's doing a fantastic job on the Stitches. But, you know, choosing to get their Mercs a little bit later, it might just push that little bit of pressure in that bottom lane. It helped them hold that maybe a little bit longer. No, maybe not right at the moment. Rhinoceros is going to back up just a little bit. But yeah, they're just... You know, we're just seeing some really good, solid rotations from both of these teams at the moment.
Claymore has to be careful up in top lane. His sustain comes from Essence. He's not able to just simply out-sustain a Blaze when he doesn't have any of those stacked up. So they did have to back away, conceded the Shrine, to at least help him in the next kind of bruise a slap off. And able to stand there. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we've got a team fight happening. The Haka can rotate if he wants to. Spudley forced to back away. Don't pull the trigger just yet. Do have double Shrine caught in their eyes instead.
Yeah, and Spectre have to be careful. The Kalthar staying in that mid lane to ensure they don't get that sneaky cap. So, you know, with that 3 versus 3, 3 versus 4, they've just got to be careful, just play it safe. UA Raynor here doing a good job with those mercs. So, you know, they're getting one tower, that gate. It's going to be that one tower with that fractional bit of health left. They're doing well with that pressure on that bottom lane.
I like that when Rhinoceros, despite having a team composition, and this is what UA Raynor here have, get the pick, hook, get the pick, and then kind of get the blow up. He's opted to go towards the slam build. And that's smart because, let's say you miss a hook, you have some other utility you can run. You've got the AoE slow and AoE damage. But speaking of it, Rhinoceros is going to get caught out in a really hard place. Chug that bit of damage, and meanwhile, so does Spudley. They have to back away, all the members taking quite a bit. Jimmy down to half health, Raz quite low, Rhinoceros half health, but gets the hook onto Don't Mind Me. Looking for the pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Dragonite gets secured. And that was Claymore with the brush stalk down towards mid lane.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job just holding it out long enough. Claymore capped that top in, like you said, yeah, with the brush talk down to the mid. Spectre maybe just a little bit off. They maybe weren't expecting that, and they were able to cap that first. Dragonite, five and a bit minutes in. Did a good job by UA Raynor here.
Ooh, the cleanse came out just as had too late. It was a good stun, and the Cassia gets blown up, and they have to be careful. Rhinoceros hasn't missed hardly any hooks, and they're landing on the right targets. This then comes down to what can you do? We saw one pick. If there was a Johanna available, although Johanna was banned and not picked up early, could deal with the stitches. It's Murder needed to take it to the face instead, and they got to be careful. Take down bottom fort, but decides up for the middle fort now and the walls, and they're dropping these turrets like it's nothing.
Yeah, UA Raynor, you're getting a nice amount of value with this Dragonite. Like you said, yeah, Cassia getting caught out unfortunately. But you know, she's trying to get that damage in on that Dragonite, but Rhinoceros not missing those hooks, and they're just getting that lockdown. And you're right, they've got to try and play it safe with Stitches, a hero like that. You've got to make sure that your front line is there for you. It's in the way of those sorts of abilities. You know, hooks, drags, play more on that. The Haka, they've really got to pay close attention and not try and get caught out, which, you know, can be difficult in the heat of battle sometimes.
I like though when with what Cassia did pick up was her inner light talent for choice, knowing that she's going to get rooted. Pyroblast coming out straight on towards Jimmy. You will be able to get healed up, but that's a lot of damage from a Pyro. The big first pick, considering maybe forcing the Grizzlies to not get the Divine Storm, but a good gobble. Here comes Rhinoceros, special delivery. Aspire gets locked up, stunned, blown up to smithereens, and now Spudley falls as well, and that's going to be a 2-0 in change.
Now, when we said that their front line needed to support their back line, we didn't mean that front line needed to die with their back line. No, I shouldn't. Spudley, you know, that was really, I apologise, Spectre, but that was, you know, a fantastic job of Rhinoceros getting that gorge, and then Andromeda with the stun as he came out of the gorge. It was just the perfect lockdown, and then the ability with the underneath those towers, unfortunately, Murder got picked off as well at the same time.
Now all they were missing is just an Artanis for that double extra super special delivery. That would have been just absolutely brilliant. Then get a false stab for the gust. Then that person ain't going nowhere. You get forced to be back. But a great pick. Gorgeous up in another 4 seconds. They're looking to get another hook, and they do. Hunter Cassia fall by the stun, gets the blown up, gets knocked back by Li Ming. She's now reset. Rhinoceros has his eyes on towards that Rhaegar, but can't get the gorge onto him. And with the Nightcap, they're going to be pushing down and threatening this keep wall.
I'll tell you what, we've seen these last 7 weeks. We've seen some pretty stellar Stitches play from a couple of different teams. And Rhinoceros is, you know, he's putting his his money down for being right up there with the rest of them. He's getting these hooks constantly. I don't think I've actually seen him miss one yet. And then he proves me wrong that very instant by missing a hook. But he's been hitting them so regularly and and then the follow up by Raynor here as well. It's not just getting a hook and then them running away. They're getting those stuns and that follow up, and now we're getting these picks and getting these staggered deaths.
And now they've got their eyes on towards that next Dragon Knight. So this is going to be the second one. If they can secure it, they'll open up the map. Already it's threatening that bottom keep. They're trying to do it. Raz is on his game. The channel will secure it, and now they're going to push down towards middle lane, get as much structure damage as they possibly can, and if they ever want to, just rotate to bottom for that keep. But the Harker and Blaze, just a little duking it out. Blaze is dropping quite low. In fact, he forces the bunker Claymore. He's even going to burrow right on top of it. They're trying to get the kill, but he has to be careful of those turrets, and Blaze will get away to safety. So that little bruiser on bruiser action in favor of Claymore. You know, in the middle end, the fight for that fort is going to in favor of Raynor here, and they get it, and they're backing away.
Yeah, there's really fantastic play from Raynor here. They're just constantly getting this really good value out of these Dragon Knights. You know, he's still got half health, 30 seconds to go. They're looking to get some more damage on this keep. This Dragon Knight's probably going to go down relatively. Okay.
And it was a great play also because we also noticed that the fish was pushing in bottom lane. He was threatening that keep. It's down to at least 3/5 of his house. Hook comes out, doesn't land on any priority target. Rhinoceros is slowly backing away. Claymore, he's there, but Claymore has no mana. He's just a glorified minion at this point. They're going to have to back away. Rhinoceros gets a gorge onto Raynor. You can see all Spectre now. They're coming in for the assistance. They get the onto him. Divine Shield pop by Andromeda, keeping Rhinoceros alive, but Rhaegar has to count his lucky blessings that his teammates were there.
Yeah, and I don't think he would get into his Ghost Wolf form quick enough coming out of that gorge. He was as a dog, and I'm out of here. And he did a good job in getting out there. And Raynor had his sights on him, but he managed to get away.
And Rhinoceros is kind of lingering around in the shadows, looking to get something. Cleanse popped by Andromeda pretty early on. It's going to be on cooldown for the next, well, I guess you could say whatever seconds, as long as with those hitting people with his hammer to the face, dropping that cooldown short. But Claymore is in a very bad position. He gets locked up. He gets blown. No, he's still alive. He's still living. The essence is not enough, so he drops. Meanwhile, Rhinoceros is on to Aspire's Gorge is available if he wants to. He's saving it for the right opportune moment because he's hungry but doesn't want dwarf meat. So they're just backing away. They're now going to try and pressure in towards that mid lane. But Spectre, nice pickup for Claymore.
Yeah, that was a fantastic rotation. I really caught her out. And that's what they need to do, you know. They're still just a lower level behind, but if they can get those rotations, get those quick pick-offs, that's going to quickly get them back into this game. And that's, it's good to see. It's some really good size play coming out from both of these teams.
Exactly. They got to play the whole, you burst us, we burst one of your members down. They got the Pyroblast. If they can bait out the Divine Shield, though, that is where it will come wonders, because Divine Shield will keep the members alive. And now Spudley has to be careful. The hook comes out. They're all lingering around this shrine. WTF goes in. Spudley now they locate and stop. We've got Rhinoceros. He's stuck in a very awkward position. Divine Shield has been popped. He gorges out Spudley. There's also the bunker, but Rhinoceros is locked down and he falls. That's one member down. Now comes Claymore. He's got his eyes onto Kathos, but a great ancestral healing keeps him alive. Claymore falls. And Spectre from nothing take two members down of UA Raynor here.
Yeah, that was some fantastic body blocking, keeping Rhinoceros on that point. Even with the gorgeous that button. Yeah, there's a replay showing he just couldn't get out. That bunker just locked him in, and they were able to get that out. Claymore did a good job coming in and getting that isolation on the Kathos, but that was a pretty clutch ancestral from Rhaegar, really showing his ability, and he's still, that ancestral. That was pretty high value.
Now we hit level 16 for UA Raynor here. But Spectre not that far off. But can they get at least a pick off before they hit 16? Andromeda is in a very dangerous place. That's a stunning Triple engage to follow it up. And that is going to be... He's still living. He's running, but don't mind me. We'll get the final say in this matter. Fight to the neck. He falls down. Spudley rotating towards his middle keep, and that's the first Dragon Knight in the sights of Spectre. What can they do? They're looking to do much structural damage. The fish, he's again caught out. He's getting jumped on. Spudley, can he get the stun? Instead, they're setting himself up for the fort instead. A great knockback from Claymore. And as it first fought for themselves going down, still pushing down for this keep.
Yeah, and getting that kill onto that Uther, you know, Raynor not having their support here to back them up, they have to really play careful with that Dragon Knight in play. Otherwise, they're going to, they don't want to start getting these dagger deaths. This game's going to quickly fall out of hand if they're not careful.
They're quite like, oh, what a great hook into a gorge! That's the fishing hook for you, ladies and gentlemen. Rhinosaurus does it again. Delivers a beautiful Cassia on a silver platter. Here you go, my liege. Fresh meat. And now they've got themselves a pick. 17 to 16. Dragon Knight is going to drop in 10 seconds. Looking to defend this bottom. But again, another hook. Spudley. It's on the Meridian so he can back away, see if it's down. But Rhinosaurus, man, he's on fire.
I was say you took the words out of my mouth. That fishing hook value from 16. I reckon that was a full extension, and they managed to get that pick. That was a beautiful pick onto that Cassie.
Now, one member down, equal in talent tier, equal in level, just only half level behind. Looking to grab some Mercamps to push down this bottom lane. Both middle and bottom forts taken. You've got the bottom keep and the side of Spectre exposed. Sorry, no, one fort taken. Good hold by Raynor. So, they got that exposed, got the Giants as well pushing. Where do you go now? What is the game plan? Do we try to fight, get the team fights, or go for level 20? Jewish. What would the strategies be now for both teams?
Well, it looks like Raynor here is just content on just getting their Night Camp, pushing out that top lane a little bit. That fort has taken a little bit of damage on their side, so if they can push out that top, get that thing. Spectre's going to easily get probably this fort down in the bottom lane. Going to push them closer to 20. Both teams probably just going to be content to soak unless they can get this kill. And then it'll be different.
Oh, Spudley is so damn healthy. Avatar was popped as well. There's also the cleanse, and he's just running away. And there was a few ultimates pop by Raynor here, only Gorge. But that's on a 40-second cooldown, so we'll be back up by next team fight anyway. Avatar. Worth it, but now Claymore has to be very careful. There's WTF, gets to engage. Gummy, followed by even Aspire, and he comes down my but Claymore, can he live? The slow is so strong. Even Spudley wants to join in on the action, but Claymore, great disengage. Keeps themselves alive, while the rest of the team is make their way towards this top shrine.
Yeah, she did a great job then. They tried to catch her out before. There's a little bit, knew kind of the rotation was coming back up just that little bit. And now Raynor here is going to try and get a pick in return.
Oh, damn Rhinosaurus. The hooks are just on fire, but he's solo. Divine Shield comes out to keep him alive. He's walking away. Aspire's chasing. He wants that Pyroblast. Just look for it. Gorge onto Rhaegar. Aspire looking to get a kill. He gets a Pyro onto Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna drop, ladies and gentlemen. He falls. That's 1-for-0 exchange in the favor of Spectre as shrines are up.
These team fights, it's like it could go either way. It's both teams just giving it their absolute all. Rhinosaurus trying to get that kidnap on the Rhaegar, but couldn't manage to get that kill off, and they only got that kill on Jimmy with that Pyroblast. That's a deadly heroic. That one is hard to get away from.
Oh, Claymore doing the best he could to survive and defend as best he can. That top lane, he falls down. Cassia's damage is just insane. And now Spectre, they're rotating down. They hit level 20. They got the Storm Talents. They're looking for this. Raz, I gotta be careful. Andromeda's back in my Rhinosaurus, buddy. You're in the worst place. Don't be in the wrong time. He's looking. He gets stunned. He gets mocked up. He gets slowed. And now he's gonna fall. Rhinosaurus, he's down. And that's gonna be the big tank himself, as well as the Harker, not up for another 20 seconds. And if Spectre want to, they can easily contest for this Dragon Knight.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little... I shouldn't say it's looking dire just yet, but these last couple of team fights, or Spectre's starting to get these picks, getting these staggered deaths, losing your solo lane and now losing your tank for another 35 seconds. That's going to make it difficult for a Raynor. Plus, they're now down that talent level. Only down a level, but down that Storm talent. They're going to have to be really careful, stop getting these staggering deaths, and just try and hold on.
They're still doing quite a good job of denying Spectre that easy Dragon Knight. Claymore bush stalking down, captured the bottom shrine. Now the rest of the members are soaking as much experience as they can. They're preparing for the next team fight. The next team fight is probably where it's going to all be at. Spudley looking to come from behind. Doesn't get the jump on engage he wanted to. As Raynor here looking for 20. But keep an eye out for that WTF. He's channeling Dragon Shrine. Now, can they get to interrupt? No, Dragon Knight popped up. And they're going to push for this. It all comes down to this defense. Can Raynor do it? Or will Spectre take a win for themselves?
Yeah, at worst, they're probably gonna. At best, they're probably gonna lose this keep. So what they really want to focus on not getting these staggered deaths. They've got their whole team up now. Just try and get this poke in, and then lose the keep. Maybe it's the mid keep, so their pressure's not maybe as bad as if it was the top or bottom. So they can not get these staggered deaths, and at least they can hold out the game for a little bit.
Gotta be careful, Rhinoceros. You can see him. He's busy. Oh, he gets a hook. There's Cassia. She gets gorged up. Now they're following. They get the double stun cleanse. Can it be used? Cassia is drugged. Cassia gets blown up. So does Uther. But that's gonna be two members. Uther does have his redemption. He'll be back up very, very soon. That's a 1 for none. Another hook. Damn, Rhinoceros. He's angry that he got picked up before. And it's a 2 for nothing exchange. A good defense, only losing the middle keep, but what can they do now? They have to turn this and get something in return.
Yeah, that's it. They really want to push this advantage. Those two heroes down for another 40 seconds. That was just two fantastic looks we're going to see with this replay. Rhinoceros just finding that curse that one onto that Gummy, onto that Cassia. It was just amazing. And we get this kill nice and quick, and then even with the kill on Uther, like you said, the redemption, he'll be back up. He's actually almost advantageous boost with the die post 20. And then he gets his hook again on his Kalthas. That was just a beautiful defense. Like I said, they were probably always going to lose that keep, but that was absolutely perfect for their continued defense to get those couple of kills. Absolutely stellar. Just stellar tank play from Rhinoceros.
There's 7 seconds left before Kalthas up. Spudley's so low. Oh, the hook. Almost to interrupt that ancestral healing, but instead they get the gorge. Don't mind me, gets knocked back. Don't mind me, gets deleted. And that is going to be two Mercams pushing for this bottom keep. Looks like Raynor here. They're going for the end if they can with this advantage. WTF with the engage gets knocked back. The blind Cassia. Gummy. Oh, Gummy picks up the kill. That's even that's on Kalthas instead. Another drag. Hook is it coming up, but they forced the back way. Rhinoceros slowing down. Gets jumped on Gummy so low, but Rhinoceros is going to fall. And it's up to Raynor. Can they escape with their lives? The chase is on, you wish. But they do get the bottom key.
They do. I'm just worried for Andromeda here. They're gonna these fights. They're just going really well. Like they're Spectre getting those couple of kills. This is gonna probably, likely, eventually be a third kill in their favour. Again, with that, they're really good with that defense. The difference now is coming up as we're coming up into the shrine phase. So we're looking at getting a dragon, and Spectre have their whole team up now. And Raynor here, they don't have a support for another minute.
That is going to be a tough defense. If they got to do it again, comes down to this next defensive strategy. But Claymore again is just delaying it. He's being a nuisance under the Haka, just constantly rotating, grabbing the shrine. That's what they're doing. They're just preventing or delaying as much as they can. But he has to be careful because now if they want to, they're looking to get the pick on him. He does back away. You've got Jimmy into the middle lane in case they do start the channel. Even Rhinoceros is rotating. Fishing hook. Look for him to get the big clutch hook gorge combo. And for the pick. They're trying. Channel started on Gummy, but the hook comes out. No, he said he gets stunned instead, gets knocked up by Kalthas. He falls. Rhinoceros is down. That's the support and the mate. Claymore The next target for Spectre. They're rotating, betting. Can he do something? Gets knocked back away by Dragon Knight. And Spectre looking to end this game.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to hit that hook, he was then on that Cassia. It was unfortunate he missed that. And then Rhinoceros dying soon after. They're going to give it their all to try and defend, but, you know, a 24-minute Dragon Knight, he's going to be taking chunks out of his.
Bunker was used. There's Ancestral Healing. WTF is so low, but Dragon Knight is so healthy. Spectre, after what was a close game, just 24-minute one, pushed it to the bitter end, and it was Spectre taking the W on that map. And good old Observer Bug coming in to say good old goodbye at the last second. But damn, that was a good match. And Rhinoceros, those hooks, man, were great.
They were fantastic. I mean, we don't like give out MVPs very often in open division, but he certainly earned it in my mind on that. That was incredible. He played, and that game seesawed backwards and forwards all night. It was all game. It was crazy. It could have gone either way. It's those couple of picks just towards the end. The defense that Spectre was able to put on that bottom lane, even though they lost that keep, they got those couple of kills, and then that just rolled into that Dragon Knight, and then that win. It's just a fantastic play by both of those teams. And with that is Game 4. Week 7 is done, guys. We've got 1 week left. After tonight's results will get compiled. Check out the GameStar Twitter in the next day or two to see that leaderboard, to see who we're going into, to find that last spot to join We Left School for this in the Crucible for Premier. Speaking of Premier, Blizzard_ANZ on Twitch tomorrow, 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. They're the games that we're going to have. Couple of good games. Reality versus Impenetrable Hill, and Prep to Pro versus Twisted Vision. Should be good. So join us then next week, week 8, Open Division, HotS. I'll be there. I hope you'll be there with me, Knight. And until then, I'll see you then, mate.